Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at gcnlive.com.
This is your call to action. Get prepared, America. Economy, survival, energy, disasters. This is USAPrepares.com. Informative radio, educational radio. Interact now by emailing instructor@USAPrepares.com or text at 434-390-7953. Class, please take your seats. Now, your instructor, Vincent Finelli.
Watch the greenbacks tumble.
Everyone all set? Cocked? Locked? Here we go. Your dial set correctly to USAPrepares.com. And we broadcast 2 hours from high atop the Missouri Ozark Mountains. If you'd like to call us, 866-582-9933, 866-582-9933. There's a link to your instructors on the website, USAPREPARES.com. Aaron is engineering the broadcast in Minnesota. Captain John Regan's with us. Welcome, Captain John Regan.
Good morning, Vincent.
Hey, good morning, John. You know, John, a couple minutes ago, just before the broadcast started, I was chatting with Aaron, and we're talking about profanity. And I mentioned that in the 10 years I've been living in this little hamlet in Missouri, not once have I heard a profane word used. Not once at the Farmers Cooperative. Okay, this is a place where, you know, down the road from us, a couple miles, we can pick up horseshoes, fencing supplies, plumbing supplies, feed, dog food, cat food, horse feed, salt licks for the cows, plumbing pipe, electrical supplies. You know, things that farmers need often. And it's kind of a hangout. Farmers will get there early in the morning. They'll buy the supplies for the day, and out to the farms they go. And, you know, things are heavy, and you can bang your fingers. And, I mean, it's tough. And I've never heard anyone use any profanity whatsoever in the 10 years I've been here. Not once. But that's not common, is it? It's not common to chat with people without using profanity. And if you think about the cops and you read some of the texts of what they say to the people that they're going to handcuff, profanity is about 40% of the vocabulary. And I find it outrageous that we can't seem to speak in intelligent terms. We are racing to the bottom. And then, to add insult to injury, this all started because I asked our engineer, Aaron, about Apple's operating system, the latest Apple iPhone operating system 9.1, iOS 9.1. And it comes complete with some new emojis, you know, these symbols where you don't even have to use words, you can use graphic speak. And one of the emoji symbols is the middle finger. And to me, that is enough. That is enough to say heave-ho to Apple computer. Just that. Because you add to that what they've done previously, like spying on us. And now they allow us to communicate giving each other the finger. I find that outrageous. Think about this. Think about, Sony. You know, a Sony product, and with that product you could get the middle finger. Or Nikon, or Canon. Do you have any American companies? AT&T. Sears. How about your favorite restaurant? How about having an emoji on your electronic ordering system at the Olive Garden? You know, how was your service? Thumbs up? Middle finger? How far have we fallen? Makes me angry, John. Just enough to just dump Apple. I mean, I have dumped Apple. I really have. I don't want anything to do with Apple Computer. But this is the icing on the cake. What are your thoughts? Am I alone on this? Am I off in outer space?
Maybe it's just a way of being able to tell your politician that he's number one.
I don't like a single politician. I find they're pond scum. But I don't need to have a middle finger emoji to tell them that. I can tell them in English. Without profanity. We can cite chapter and verse about their corruption, about their bribes. And Hillary Clinton uses profanity. At least that's what I've read many times over decades. Who wants somebody like that in the White House? Really? And Joe Biden slips with the microphone open. He can't keep profanity out of his lexicon. Who wants somebody like that? Leading us. No, certainly not me. Okay, back to you.
I would
John,
say, are you ready for some good news? But I can't help you there.
Man, I hit my own button this morning. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I'm going to try and run through about the first 10 items fairly quick. I'm keeping the link up, want to meet in person, March 18th through 20, Dallas. For anybody that is interested in the Hear the Watchman conference, the tickets are only $49 until December 1st. So I'm just keeping it up at the top in case somebody wants to take advantage of getting the tickets at the least price possible. In A Tale of Two Droughts, if you remember a couple of weeks ago, California had the rain and had the mudslides. Well, this is the map after that, and it hasn't changed the drought one bit in California. The map for Texas is before the rains that we had these past few days. And we'll see what the rains did. I think it's about 10 o'clock Thursday morning when the new map is released. This map shows a little bit worsening drought for Texas. But then Thursday came, especially Thursday evening. And the rain that we got here was mostly between Thursday evening and Saturday evening. There was a little bit on Sunday. Now, we talked quite a bit about the rain we had here in Texas back in May. We received almost 17 inches at the Dallas airport. Parts of the Metroplex had even more than that. And that was pretty bad. Lots of flooding, overflowing lakes. Well, in those 2 days, depending on where you are in the Metroplex, you pretty much received half the rain that we got in May in 48 hours. And if you go a little bit further south, it was even worse. If you were watching over those days, there was a line that was coming through from the southwest to the northeast. And if you look at Waco on I-35 and Corsicana on I-45, you can pretty much draw a line from southwest to northeast there. And Waco and Corsicana got much more rain than the Metroplex did. In fact, in Corsicana, 21 inches of rain during that time frame. More rain than Dallas got for the entire month of May. And I've got a link called Derailed, shows a picture of a train that's on its side because of the water. And I-45 was closed for most of a couple of days because of the water. And, fortunately, it stopped raining. There was not quite the damage that we saw from the rain in May, but there's going to be some aftermath to this. You kind of have to wait for the water to go where it's going to go. So we're looking at that for the next couple of days, and then looks like another round of rain is probably going to hit us at the end of the week, and that might even be worse because now the ground is already soaked. Now, starting July 1st through before this rain happened, we had about 3 inches of rain. And here in Dallas, we had no rain for 30 days. So we needed the rain, but we don't need that much rain. And just to finish the Tale of Two Droughts section, I've got another link up there talking about how they had to raise the water rates in California because people are using less. Vincent?
John, we were talking about the drought and talking about the rain. And when I lived in Virginia, it rained for about a week, nonstop. Pretty heavy rain. The ground was so soggy that these 40-foot trees started to fall over. Not all of them, but they started to fall over one after the next after the next. And I was thinking about Noah's flood, 40 days. And too much rain is a really, really bad thing. Also, too much rain with that train that you have on that link. You can see the top compartments where they fill the cavities in these large capacity train cars. The contents were spilling out. Take the train, you fill it from the top, and you have like a hatch on the top. You have a bunch of hatches, and you fill them with, let's say a granular type material, whatever it may be. And then that train car tips on its side. The contents come spilling out. And you have to worry about things like chlorine, oils, fuels, toxic chemicals. And when they spill out, they land on the ground if there's ground there, or they land on the water if there's water on the ground. And then that mixes with the groundwater eventually, or drinking water. Ultimately maybe goes out to the sea or to rivers. But it's a problem. So think about where you want to live when you buy that next place. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
My name is Bill Bonner, and I'm the president of the largest private news and research network in the world. And I paid for this airtime because I have an important message to the American people. There's a change coming that the government isn't telling you about. This change has deep implications for life in America, from where you shop to the doctors you visit and the family you want to protect. Look, I've made predictions like this before. Thing is, I was right then too. A few years ago, I warned that housing prices would collapse. They did. Before that, I warned that .com companies would crash. They did. Those who listened had a chance to save themselves. But this has nothing to do with the stock market. This will affect us all.
You can watch the video for free right now by going to dollardownfall.com. Again, that's dollardownfall.com.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm, Winslow office in Houston, Texas, is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Does being over 40 make you feel like half the man you used to be? Do you feel more tired, out of shape, not in the mood like you used to be? Thanks to an exclusive formula, you can help boost testosterone levels safely and naturally. Introducing Ageless Male, a life-changing supplement for men tested to help increase testosterone levels.
You'll notice a boost in your energy levels. Workouts work, sex life improves. It's like a light switch goes on.
Try Ageless Male risk-free if you would like to experience what taking Ageless Male can feel like. Support for healthy, normal testosterone levels, healthy energy, and increased performance, and more romance when you want it.
Call 1-800-327-4821. That's 1-800-327-4821. 800-327-4821. 800-327-4821. That's 1-800-327-4821.
Hey, Berkey Guy here. Are you still drinking unfiltered tap water? Does your water contain chlorine or fluoride? Will you have drinkable water in an emergency? The Berkey Guy is here to help you remove these and other potential contaminants from your water, thus helping you drink clean, purified water. We offer Berkey water purification systems at the lowest available prices online. Don't go another moment without Berkey system. Over the last 10 years, we've helped thousands drink clean, purified water. Join them by visiting goberkey.com or call me, the Berkey Guy, at 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653.
John Regan is with us. John, are you planning to talk about radiation today?
Assuming we get that far, yes.
Okay. Well, let me make a quick announcement. I'm looking at netc.com, netc.com, which is Nuclear Emergency Tracking Center. There's a RADCON 4 in Illinois, west of Chicago, near Rockford. Near Rockford, actually. It's a little north of Rockford. And that's RADCON 4. Now there's a RADCON 5 in St. Charles, Illinois. So I just wanted to share that with you. St. Charles, Illinois, RADCON 5. That's a little bit west of Chicago. And Rockford is a little northwest of Chicago. That's of concern to me. And let's see. Those are the two big ones right at the moment. Okay, back to you.
I had a link on the secret space program that I didn't get to talk about last week. And I made, in fact, a whole section on space this week. The secret space program is going to be in Austin this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I really wish I could go, but it's a little on the pricey side. The tickets are $180 for the 2-day program. But they've got some really big names there, including people like Jim Mars and Catherine Austin Fitz. And the 4 links below that, Confessions Part 1, 2, 3, and 4, is from Dave Hodges, who used to be on Republic Broadcasting. He's been on Doug Hagman's show, and Doug's been on his show, and he's been on USA Preparedness as well. Dave Hodges, multiple times. And Dave's father used to be Naval Intelligence, and this Confessions is talking about what's come out between his father and some other people that he's met, that their fathers were also Naval Intelligence. I don't know how much of what's in those 4 stories are going to be presented in the secret space program, or if it's an addition to what you're going to hear there if you get a chance to go. I'm going to be checking to see if I can afford doing the live link where I can watch this, because the secret space program kind of gets under the skin of what the global government is doing and has been doing for a long time. And, I think if we actually knew what the true story was, that, we think it'd be more unbelievable than some of these science fiction movies that we see. What's your thought on that?
You're talking about things like Operation Paperclip and NASA and how we use the science from the Third Reich and biological experiments from the Third Reich to get a real good start on leading the world in science. Is that what you're talking about, biology?
And technology that is kept hidden from us peons, even though we're the ones that have to pay for it.
Mm-hmm. John, I'll tell you what, I'm certainly interested in this, and if you want to provide me with some contact information, I'll see if they're willing to let us give away a few passes to this, okay? So maybe we can get some of USA Prepare's class instructors in on this, and also with the event that the Hagmans are having, okay? If you would find out a little bit more about it, let me know. Just send me an email. I'll take care of it from my end.
Okay, we'll do that. And can't get started real good because we're coming up on a break, but I'm going to go into the financial section, and it's to me it's a little disturbing. When I started doing my presentation at the expos, the big question is, when will this happen? And the when is the hardest question to answer because there's so many variables. All I can say is there's signs that you look for. And unfortunately, we're seeing more and more of those signs. And we'll talk about that when we come back.
I'm glad you're bringing this up because tonight we have a meetup at Jimmy's Egg. I'll be on stage. Looks like just me. And I'm going to talk about what I see happening. And I'm going to talk about some of the signs. And I'm going to be talking about why I think you need to ramp up your preparedness steps. John Regan, I'll be right back.
A lot of people's lives and bodies are out of balance. AlkaVision Plasma pH drops optimize pH level and get rid of harmful waste and acid. Just a few drops in water restores vibrance and energy and gets you back in balance. Now order 2 bottles and get $10 off your order. Sign up for monthly auto shipping and save 25%. Call 800-518-7615 or visit alkavision.com. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com.
So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today.
We all know that Berkey Water Purification Systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey water filtration systems. The Berkey Light systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light system today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at goberkey.com. That's goberkey.com today.
Are your Google search results killing you? Unflattering content in blogs, news articles, online reviews, social media, or other sources can jeopardize your reputation, your business, and your livelihood. Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. Improve your Google search results. Call Reputation.com at 1-800-831-0771 for a free consultation. That's 800-831-0771.
You wouldn't go swim with the sharks without a cage, would you?
Hey, has anyone seen Larry?
It's in our nature to protect ourselves, especially when protection is simple and affordable. That's why IDStronghold.com has been providing affordable RFID protection for over 10 years. ID Stronghold wallets protect you from electronic pickpockets who pass near you with a scanner and steal your credit and debit card info, as well as data from other cards containing RFID chips. IDStronghold.com, the original maker of shielded wallets, is a technology company, so we understand how to best protect you against intrusive radio waves. ID Stronghold wallets are designed to block RFID signals, open or closed, no matter where in the wallet you put your cards. Most other RFID wallets on the market were designed with only fashion in mind and don't shield properly, if at all. If you're shopping for your next wallet, be sure to get the protection you deserve by going to IDStronghold.com, because getting anything else is like being the next victim in a Jaws movie.
Silver has always been nature's very own antibiotic, and only one system allows you to produce an endless supply of nano-sized silver solutions right from the convenience of your home. Silver Lungs. With the addition of our unique lung delivery system, respiratory infections are targeted directly, where traditional oral administration simply cannot reach. This pioneering method also preserves the original particle sizes and delivers your silver solution directly into the bloodstream. See the Silver Lungs generator and lung delivery system at silverlungs.com. That's silverlungs.com.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich? Working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare? Having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom106.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom, the number 106.com. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom106.com.
Class Captain John Regan's with us. TheFinancialStateOfTheUnion.com. TheFinancialStateOfTheUnion.com. And we're at the news tab on that website. John, I had mentioned probably for years now that America is in decline and we don't know how to do many things anymore, and we're dependent on others for almost everything. And I was reading a post over the weekend about do-it-yourself repairs and the inability for people to do things for themselves. Let me give you an example. And this is in Britain. The average Briton spends about $460 per year paying for minor repairs that they don't feel competent to do themselves. So 49% of those in Britain feel that they can put up a shelf. Now I'm talking about, let's say you want to have a little board hanging on the wall that you want to be level, and maybe you want to put some knickknacks on it. 49% feel that they can pull that off. Less than half. 35% feel that they're competent enough to fix a leaking faucet. I can pretty much guarantee that within a 10-year span, even if you have a brand new faucet, you're going to have to do something to fix that in 10 years. But only 35% of those in Britain feel competent in undertaking fixing a leaking faucet. Now, there are many more who feel competent in unblocking or unclogging a drain. 60% feel that they can pull that off. 6 out of 10 feel that they can actually accomplish unblocking a sink drain. This is pitiful. Absolutely pitiful. Now, I imagine that if you really challenge them with something really complicated, like changing a flat tire, that would stump a lot more than half. Or if you really want to take it to an extreme, how about changing their own oil? John, I hardly know anyone anymore who changes his own oil. Now, why is that? Why is it that we don't know how to change our own oil? When I was a teenager, I'm talking maybe like 13, I bought a pair of ramps, steel ramps, so I could drive my parents' vehicle up on a ramp so I could crawl under it and change the oil at 13. Now, those ramps, I think, if I remember correctly, were $19.95 back then. And they were steel, and they're a lot better than the ones they make today out of plastic. But that small investment can pay for itself, within 2 oil changes. How come we're not doing that? How come we're not changing our own oil? How come we don't know?
There is another factor in that, too.
Okay.
You notice that home ownership is declining. We're back to like 1970s levels on that. And if you're renting, whether it's a house or apartment, your lease probably has a clause in there saying no maintenance on your car, on the property. So even if you know how, you're not allowed to.
Yeah, but that's just a rule. That doesn't apply to us. I mean, seriously, just because the apartment has these rules doesn't mean that I would. If I had to fix my car, John, I would fix my car. I don't care what the rule is. Maybe that's why I stay in trouble so much. But seriously, if I have a fan belt or a serpentine belt, I'm going to pop that hood and I'm going to take care of it myself. If I have to change the battery, if I've got a dead battery in the parking lot, I'm going to do whatever I have to do to fix that without calling a tow truck or a dealer. Maybe that's just the way I am. But I'm not going to let somebody's rules prevent me from doing what I need to do. Just like, we're required to have a driver's license, and I have one. Well, if there were an emergency and I didn't have it we used to have a driver's license, but you didn't always have to carry it with you. You just had to have one. And if you proved it later that you had one, that was good. Well, now you have to carry it with you. Well, if I had an emergency and I had to drive someplace without my license being with me, I would certainly do that. I certainly would do that. And I'd worry about the consequences later, and I'd try to fight them. And pretty soon, I think we're going to get to the point where insurance is so expensive, we're going to be driving without insurance. Or traveling without insurance. As a matter of fact, John, I wanted to buy some items for the farm over the weekend. And I went to one of these websites where you can buy things, and I put a whole bunch of different farm items in the shopping cart. And I went to check out, and I saw, okay, there was one item that had shipping, and I saw another item that had tax. I said, what's this? Tax? This is on the internet. I looked and I thought, wow, this guy's in Missouri. Delete. So I deleted it. I deleted this one item that I needed because I was not willing to pay Missouri sales tax on it. Why would I be paying sales tax on a farm use item? I'm not going to do it. I don't have to. I don't have to pay sales tax on certain farm use items. So what I'm saying is, I'm doing what I can to provide for my family. Just because there are rules doesn't mean I think they apply to me. And I don't think they apply to others too. And I'm not willing to let them apply to me. Michael in New York, welcome.
Good morning, gentlemen. I just wanted to mention, guys, on the radiation updates. Appreciate it very much. And I don't know if you guys have BS crime meters, but I do, and they're state-of-the-art. And, boy, mine are just peaking all the time. Every time I direct them towards the state capitals or Washington, D.C., those needles are pegging.
So what are you saying? Are you saying
I'm detecting a tremendous amount of BS coming out of the state and state capital here, as well as Washington, D.C. A tremendous amount of BS is being picked up on my meter, and also tremendous amount of racketeering and treason. This meter is pegging all the way to the right. Never seen anything like it before. And I calibrated it a couple times, and it's very accurate. That needle keeps pegging. Every time I direct the BS, racketeering, and treason meter towards the state capitol or Washington, D.C. I don't know if you guys have such equipment, but it's worth having.
Do they have a model that, well, we only have to aim ours at Jefferson City in Missouri. It's not too far, but when it goes a couple hundred miles.
Yes, sir. The range is great with the latest technology, and they're very sensitive, very sensitive. It's hilarious, guys, and I appreciate you allowing me to, throw some humor in here. But real quick, to let you get back to it, with the mechanics, Vincent and John, you guys cover it exactly, because if you don't do it yourself today, it's going to cost you a fortune, number one. And, especially the women I feel sorry for, because they're being taken advantage of, because mechanically they don't know anything. But, years back, I'm spread to the four winds already, guys. I'm so involved with so many things that mechanically I didn't have time to keep up with everything. I have a good friend who's a great mechanic, and I was lucky. But I couldn't keep, things keep getting complicated, and I can't keep bothering them. So I knew the day was going to come a number of years back where I have to become a mechanic too. And sure enough, I was in a Firestone getting an inspection, and they failed me for a ball joint and a pitman arm. I'm like, what the heck's a pitman? I was a rookie mechanic, never heard of a pitman arm, and an emergency brake cable. So I said, hey, how much? $700. This is going back.
What?
10 years ago, guys. A lot of money.
For a pitman arm and emergency brake cable?
And a ball joint. Okay.
And a ball joint.
So on a Chevy Silverado 1993. So I said, okay.
You're talking $150. You're talking like $150 worth of parts.
Now, I'm a rookie mechanic at the time, did oil basics, but this was still beyond me. So I said, I knew I was being BS. So I said, take it down, guys. I'll think about it. And they looked at each other, the manager and the mechanic, like, uh-oh, darn it. And so I bring it right over to my friend who's the pro. He goes, pitman arm? They never go bad. He gets on there, he goes, man, they're taking you. And he said the ball joint, they could have passed it and said, by next year, make sure you replace it. Said on the emergency brake cable on driver's side, he goes, nothing wrong with it. And I said, I knew it. So gradually I invested in all the mechanic tools. I got it all, thank God, and I do it all myself. I do everything except rebuild trannies and engines. Don't have time for that, but do everything else. And that's the way it has to be for all of us, because they're going to rip you off, people. To find an honest mechanic is probably rare. And due to hard times, they're getting desperate to keep the money coming in to stay open. And I just had across the river, and I think they were, they sounded they had an accent. I don't think they were born here. And a chainsaw question. And I asked them, how much you charge an hour? $100 an hour, guys, for a chainsaw service.
Wait, to fix a chainsaw?
You got $100 an hour, guys.
A really good chainsaw, a really, really good one, can be had for, well, we paid $419 for ours. It's a farm-type chainsaw made by Husqvarna. I would never spend $100 an hour to have a chainsaw fixed. I mean, imagine having 2.5 hours into it. It's half the price of the chainsaw. We'll be right back. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Hunters, anglers, campers, and survivalists. Get back to nature. Expand your horizons with the highest quality, most versatile, unique slingshots and sling bows on the market at slingbow.com. Slingbow products are compact and models start from just $17.98. They're perfect for your bug-out bag or storing in your vehicle. Give yourself and your loved ones the excitement and tradition of Slingbow, a new frontier in archery and truly modern twist on this primitive survival tool. Feel the thrill only at slingbow.com.
This is Dan Pillett. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
You're fired. According to the Small Business Administration, 75% of small businesses plan to eliminate jobs or reduce workers' hours to part-time. You're fired. According to Gallup, the unemployment rate recently jumped to nearly 9%, and the underemployment rate hit a staggering 17.9%. You're fired. 1 out of 3 young adults and 1 out of 2 recent college graduates are underemployed. Hello, I'm Keith Abel, a pharmacist and a home business entrepreneur. In 2011, I became one of those statistics myself. Instead of looking for another job in corporate America, I joined Dr. Joel Wallet, the Dead Doctors Don't Lie guy. We're creating steady incomes for ourselves and would like to show you how to do the same. If you want to supplement your current income, replace your income, so you don't have to become one of the statistics, then give me a call toll-free at 866-257-3105, 866-257-3105. You're fired. Don't wait till you hear those words. Start creating an extra income today. 866-257-3105.
KDArmor.com is your one-stop shop for the most affordable body armor period, with packages starting at $169.99 and free shipping on every order. Why would you go anywhere else? KD offers soft armor and rifle threat rated armor up to level 4. Go to KDArmor.com and get your body armor today while you still can. Mention this ad and receive a free water purification kit for a limited time with any body armor package. Go to KDArmor.com. That's CATI Armor.com. Come and take it.
Is negative content or comments on the web affecting your personal or professional reputation? Unfavorable comments, embarrassing pictures, videos, legal documents, and bad tweets can ruin your personal life, your career, or your business. It happens a lot, and it's just not fair. But what can you do? Reputation.com can protect your good name. Get a free consultation now at 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Call right now for a free expert reputation analysis. It's easy to squash the unfair attacks with our patented system, and the analysis is absolutely free. Make the best things about you jump out in searches. Protect your personal and professional reputation, your business, and your income. Get your free reputation analysis from Reputation.com right now. Call 800-831-0771. 800-831-0771. 800-831-0771.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't pick on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
Class John Regan's with us, and Michael from New York called in. Michael, I just looked up those parts. I said about $150 worth of parts, I believe. Well, I just looked them up. For your Silverado, ball joints, $47, Pitman arms, $74, emergency brake cable, $13. Total price, $134. Add shipping of $16, you're at $150.
You got it, Vincent. These guys, see, and this is going back, as I said 10 years ago, and it may be 9. This is how bad it is, and up around here anyway, right? And it's more expensive up around here for everything, of course, for the privilege of living in the most crooked state, probably corrupt state in the Union. But this is where we're at, $100 an hour working on chainsaws. Hey, kids, don't go to college. Don't waste your money. Just get a small business going with small engine repair. You're making $100 an hour if you can pull it in. It's hilarious. It's really hilarious.
You know, Michael, and, I am really, I get sticker shock a lot, and I have a pair of Red Wing boots, and they're brown leather farm boots. They're unlined. I wear them around the farm to protect my ankles and so forth when I'm using farm equipment. And so I wore out the one-piece heel and sole. It's a Vibram heel and sole. I called up in Springfield, Missouri, and I said, I've got this pair of boots. Do you resole them? They go, yeah. I said, how much will it cost? $75 to $85. I said, no, I'm not talking about buying a pair of boots. I'm just talking about putting this new skin on the bottom there. And they said, yeah, $75 to $85. So I'm going to learn how to do that too. There's no way. I mean, I can probably buy a Vibram sole and whatever machinery I guess I could cut it on my bandsaw and get some glue, and I think I can probably do it for $25. But I absolutely, positively refuse to be held hostage. I don't want to do it.
That's it. See, these are all clear examples. If you're not independent and able to do as much as you can on your own, you got to be over a millionaire to afford to live, because they're going to rip you off on everything you do. It's incredible. And if I may, here's a great mechanic tip for everybody. You guys are going to appreciate this. I don't know if I mentioned this in the past, but on all the newer vehicles, like I now have a 2003 GMC Sierra 2500 heavy duty, and it has some sophistication on the computer layout with the sensors. And so sometimes, once in a blue moon, the four-wheel drive locks up, where I can't engage four-wheel drive, and a two-wheel drive LED's flashing, indicating a problem, and it says four-wheel drive, service four-wheel drive on the panel. And so, of course, it's like, oh, my God, here we go again, right? Well, all you got to do is disconnect the battery, both terminals, for, I recommend 10 minutes. 5 is usually the minimum, but go 10, let all the circuits drain, reconnect, and that clears. Because typically today, with all these computerized electronics and sensors, everything is so sensitive to a hanging voltage, whether high or low. It trips up, and then you have a problem. And then you're going to bring it to a mechanic and spend a fortune, and that's all it is a lot of times. Last fall, pulling into a gas station, there was a girl off to the side in a lot on the phone. She was stressed out. I said, what's the problem? Well, the car won't start. She's locked in. It was a brand new import, high-end, loaded with gadgetry, loaded. And she was freaking out. She's talking to her brother, who's a mechanic, and she tells me she just had it fixed, and now it's happening again. I said, hold on. Everything's going to be okay. I said, just trust me. Pop the hood, disconnect the battery for 10 minutes, hook it up. Everything was fine. And
yeah,
so,
Michael, this is what you're bringing to this broadcast classroom is really important. How many of us have a computer runs on Windows and we go, oh, well, let's just reboot. Let's just reboot and it'll probably be okay. Well, that's exactly what you're talking about. And what happens We talk about surges in electricity causing our computers to get funny. Well, the same thing happens with automobiles and light trucks. Michael, you're absolutely right on the money. And we have to do that every once in a while here at the farm to our Dodge 1999 Dodge truck, because it's got transmission control computers, it's got engine control computers, and it's got other computers. And all you do is disconnect the positive battery cable and do exactly what Michael said. Wait. And then and that's a good time to clean your battery cables to make sure that they make good contact, and then put them back on. And it'll probably work, just as Michael said. Absolutely correct. Michael, thanks so much for being with us today.
John, a question. Can I ask John a question after the break on the financial stuff?
Yeah, you certainly may, and just hold through top of the hour news and commercials. We'll be right back with Captain John Regan and Michael. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy, or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Block-It Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockItPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockItPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockItPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
Silver has always been nature's very own antibiotic, and only one system allows you to produce an endless supply of nano-sized silver solutions right from the convenience of your home. Silver Lungs. With the addition of our unique lung delivery system, respiratory infections are targeted directly, where traditional oral administration simply cannot reach. This pioneering method also preserves the original particle sizes and delivers your silver solution directly into the bloodstream. See the Silver Lungs generator and lung delivery system at silverlungs.com. That's silverlungs.com.
Everyone all set, cocked, locked. Hour number 2 of USAPrepares.com. John Regan's with us, and Michael from New York. Just a quick update. Meet up tonight at Jimmy's Egg. I'm on stage, and I'm going to be talking about the news, my take on it, and my concerns about the future and what we need to consider. It's going to be serious, and I may show a couple videos tonight. And as far as gas prices are concerned, Sam's Club in St. Charles, Missouri, $1.73. Herculaneum, $1.73. Manchester, $1.74. St. Louis, West, $1.78. Those are the low prices in Missouri. Gasoline right now. Captain John Regan? We've got Michael. Michael, you wanted to ask John Regan a question about finance carried over from hour number 1.
Yes, I do. Thank you, Vincent. And thank you guys again. And God bless you. Keep up the great work. And by the way, your gas is about 80 cents cheaper per gallon than up here. Again, another privilege of living in the most corrupt state in the union. John, with your expertise pertaining to, when's it all going to really hit, bottom out and all that, and everybody listening and paying close attention to you and others, we know it's pending. But why hasn't it happened yet? A lot of people are asking. My take is that we know it's a global move because they want a UN takeover globally and a one world currency and all that. They're positioning, maneuvering all the countries into that, and they want a global depression to really make it happen with their reset. Now, my take is what they're doing is they're waiting to get all their ducks in a row perfectly because they can get wiped out too. They can take a hit. There's going to be a lot of chaos when it happens. They don't want to lose any control that they have. They want to be able to expand that control further when it all collapses. And so my take is they got rid of the middle class here and everywhere else, I'm sure. And so now they're going after the millionaires. They want to make sure most of the millionaires, probably up to the $100 million range, to them are small fish. And they want to wipe them out too. So they have total control of a lot of desperate people and control them all. What's your take on that, John?
I think it can get even beyond that. You're just looking at the financial side. It looks to me like they're not ready to pull the trigger, and my best guess is because they don't quite have the technology in place to upload themselves to computers.
Really?
They talked about artificial intelligence at Bilderberg this year, and they're working very hard on it, but I don't think they're there yet. And this is part of the report that I've been working on that I haven't had time to get to because there's been so much news this last month or so. But if you look at what they're doing with the world, with the radiation, the geoengineering and everything, I'm not seeing much of a chance for life to survive.
Agreed there.
And the only thing that makes sense is that, their stated goals of getting themselves immortality through technology. And my opinion is they're not quite there yet, and that's why they haven't worked it, because they can pull the trigger anytime if they want to. But I'm seeing signs. I'm seeing signs that this winter looks pretty stable, and my guess is they're probably going to keep on playing games through the end of July, which is when the political conventions are. Now, after July, between that and the election, no idea what they're going to try and pull. But I think we're probably pretty good for this winter, unless accidents happen, because there's pretty serious stuff going on in Syria.
Right,
but,
war. Right, the Black Swan events. Right. Well, I appreciate that's definitely interesting, and I appreciate that perspective.
Michael.
Yeah.
Michael, do you have any animals, dogs or cats?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I want to share something that's happened over the weekend with both you and John Regan. So since our Neapolitan Mastiff had these massive seizures, and we've stopped them. She's had 9 of them over a period of just a couple days, and we've stopped them. And I'll tell you how we did it, because I'm sure our listeners want to know and our class wants to know. Aaron Dakin suggested that we feed raw beef, raw chicken, raw meat with the regular dog food. And we changed the dog food because we weren't sure if that was it. And she's on phenobarbital as recommended by her doctor, our dog's doctor, her veterinarian. And I'm not sure if it's the phenobarbital, so I'm going to wean her off in the next couple of weeks.
Right.
But the seizures have stopped. So what we've done is I'll say to the dogs, who wants to go for a walk? And they'll be outside the back door, some will be in the house, and there are 5 of them. So we take these 5 dogs for a walk, and the cats join in. We have 4 cats. And the chickens join in. So when we go for a walk now, it's the dogs, the cats, and the chickens. This is really, really unusual. I mean,
you got it.
Since when did chickens go for a walk, right? Since when do cats follow the dogs for a walk? I've
That's
never
right.
seen this before. I've never seen this before.
I've
Let me add the rest
ahead.
of this. So yesterday, we were outside, and we've decided that we're going to spend more time with our animals because of our family. You know, eat way more time than we ever have before, which was plenty. So now it's a lot of time. Well, something happened to one of our adopted dogs, and he saw one of the chickens, and I don't know if one of them said something to the other, but the dog went after the chicken. And out of nowhere, one of our cats, as the dog was attempting to put down the chicken, a cat flew out from maybe 20 feet away and attacked the dog and knocked the dog off the chicken.
Go.
I've never seen anything like this before. Now here's what I'm saying. Something has happened to our animals that makes them want to follow us and be with us more than ever before. They look for us. They are more dependent, more needy than they've ever been before for our attention. That's one part. Another part is one of them did something way out of character, and that's attack one of our chickens. And then a cat attacked the dog for attacking the chicken. I've never seen anything like that before. And the dog stopped attacking the chicken, and the cat won. I've never seen that before. Have you seen anything like this in your circles in New York State? Have you seen animals following you around more than ever before?
Well, I've always, me personally, I've always had that. I've been called St. Francis since I could walk, and I've got a rapport with Mother Nature and wildlife, and all my dogs are gone. They all got old and passed on. I had a bunch of springers. And so cats started coming around because I have a lot of birds I take care of. I feed, keep them going, keep everybody healthy, and pigeons as well, wild birds and pigeons. And so cats started coming around, a lot of cats around, and they would stalk the birds. And I started working with the cats, and now the cats have adopted me that stick around here because I've fixed them all up. They all have various ailments or physical conditions. So I heal all those guys up. So they're very smart, highly smart, amazingly smart, as I learn over time. And so they realize what you're doing for them. And so then they hang around with you. And so I instruct them not to bother the birds. And people are amazed because the cats are laying down. The birds are eating, pigeons, the wild birds are eating right next to the birds, right next to the cats. Cats aren't doing anything. People are shocked. They're stunned. They've never seen anything like it. And I've always had a rapport with the dogs. When I'm out and about, dogs go crazy for me. And owners are always baffled by that one, thinking I know them. And obviously, when I get close, they realize I'm a stranger. And so I've always had a nice rapport with Mother Nature. Here's a very amazing one. When I had my springers, I used to take them on hikes on 1,000 acres, farmland, woods, fields, everything. And coming out, it was fall, right around this time of year, coming out of the woods into a field area after a long hike of maybe 90 minutes. And it's getting late in the afternoon. The sun is going down. The magic of autumn is in the air. It's clear as day. You can't miss it. It's beautiful. And all of a sudden, I hear this big noise right behind me coming out of the woods. So I look, and I'm thinking it's my dogs. But I'm like, no, I had 5. They're all out there in front of me working the field. And all of a sudden, this deer is standing right next to me. A huge deer. This guy, you could have put a saddle on him. And he's standing literally right next to me. I could have patted him. And so I'm bewildered, baffled, like, what? I got 5 hunting dogs right here, but they were all, I never use them for hunting. I raise them as vegetarians. They never bothered anything. They were very peaceful, fun-loving, but still very protective. If I was, threatened in any way, they would be right there for sure. But this deer wasn't afraid. I couldn't get over it. And I'm looking like, there's my dogs, all right? And the dogs never seen them. Never smelled them. They don't miss a thing, and yet they never picked up this deer. And I'm just taking all this in like this is a magical moment for sure. Another one, I've had them over the years, and this deer was nonchalant, didn't care about a thing, just hanging out right next to me. So after
Michael,
a couple minutes...
How long ago was this?
Approximately 12 years ago.
Okay. What I'm seeing is, for me, is a new phenomenon. This is entirely new. The animals following me around. And
it's a beautiful thing, isn't it?
It is. And yesterday, when Mrs. Finelli and I were out moving electric fence and giving the cows more grazing room, we found that they'd follow us wherever we went. If I were on the four-wheeler traveling across the field, they'd follow me no matter where I went. And it's not like they were out of grass. They had grass. They had plenty of grass. But they were very interested in being with us. And they would come up next to us, and, some of them wanted their hugs. They're more attached. That's what I'm saying. I think they sense something that causes fear.
Yes, they do.
In them.
Yeah.
Okay.
They
Michael, thanks so much for being with us.
God bless you,
guys. Thanks
so
much for your call.
Keep up the great work.
Thank you so much. And John Regan and I will be back. John, what are we going to talk about?
I'm just going to have to blow through and say why the links are on the page.
All right, we'll be right back. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration system and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Your house is under attack. Every day, our homes and families are attacked by harmful gases, mold, and pollutants caused by everyday activities. According to the EPA, indoor air can be 5 to 100 times worse than outdoor air. And the American Lung Association states that poor indoor air can cause infections and chronic lung diseases such as asthma. Protect your family with a complete indoor air quality package from Wave Home Solutions. Wave ventilation units for basements and crawl spaces reduce moisture that nourishes mold, odors, dust mites, and expels gases and pollutants. Add the Wave 6-stage air purifier to get rid of the viruses, chemicals, and pollutants upstairs for a complete indoor air quality solution. A healthy home is the best investment you can make. Visit WaveHomeSolutions.com. That's WaveHomeSolutions.com or call 888-758-WAVE. That's 888-758-WAVE.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
I am a 47-year-old female and had a heart attack in 2005. This is Alice from New Jersey. I still get angina, even with 4 stents. I was taking nitro 2 or 3 times a week. The very first day after taking Heart and Body Extract, the chest pain was gone. Now I don't wear a nitro patch.
Learn the secrets of an effective, natural, 100% organic nutritional supplement for a healthy heart and circulation at hbextract.com.
With the many stock market ups and downs over these last few weeks, many people are asking themselves, are they doing the right thing? Do they have the right financial plan in place? Here's the real question. You should be asking yourself, do you have the right financial professional in place? Well, my friend Rocky DeFrancisco, attorney and founder of the Wealth Preservation Institute, has authored a new book called Bad Advisors, How to Identify Them and How to Avoid Them. In this book, you'll identify financial planners who are forbidden by their broker-dealers from giving you the best advice. You'll understand why most CPAs, EAs, and accountants don't even provide proactive advice to help you save for your taxes. And, of course, you're going to identify insurance agents who are forbidden from selling you the best products available in the marketplace. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. It's only your retirement dollars. And for a limited time, we're going to give you the free ebook version of this book, Bad Advisors, How to Identify Them, How to Avoid Them. Call right now, 888-772-2929. That's 888-772-2929. Take control of your financial lives today.
There are hundreds of silver products on the market today, but there's nothing like the astonishing health benefits of the multi-patented One Silver Solution. Boost your immune system at a great price with our Silver Solution Liquid, starting at $12.95 a bottle. Now available in regular and extra strength. That's half the price of the leading competitors. Call 844-USILVER for your free catalog, or go to OneSilverSolution.com. OneSilverSolution.com. There is only one Silver Solution.
Captain John Regan's with us. Meet up tonight, Jimmy's Egg, 4:45 to 8 p.m. I'll be there. I will be there tonight. John Regan, what's next?
Well, we've lost so much time. I think all I'm going to be able to do is say why these articles are up here, so you can understand the reasoning and a little bit about the picture. The IMF has pretty much changed position about including the yuan as part of the strategic drawing rights, the SDRs. And that's the basket of currencies that the, let's at least say the Western elite want to impose as the new world currency. I don't think China wants to replace the dollar as the reserve currency because there's some disadvantages to being the reserve currency. And I'm seeing this as the next step in creating that one world financial unit. We also have an estimated time of arrival when this bond bubble will break. And this is now saying within the next few months. So, well, it's like I say, we're probably pretty good for this winter, but look out for next year. We've got an inflation report. There's this one item. When you look at it, it's actually 72% inflation, but it counts as zero. They took a product, put less servings in the container, diluted it, kept it the same price. So it's zero inflation, but you get a whole lot less. I've got an article from San Francisco, the cheap housing, 765 square foot fixer-upper for only $408,000 is what it sold for. And then I've got 3 articles on affordable housing. We have one couple that turned a school bus into a one-bedroom home. We have a Google employee living out of a panel truck, delivery truck. We've got people in San Francisco paying $600 a month rent for living in a shipping container. And just to again point out how America is becoming a third world country. If you've got $10 in your pocket and you don't have debt, you're wealthier than 25% of Americans. It's really, really sad. We've got the Army downsizing.
John, can you say that one more time? Because the $10 in your pocket, because I'm going to be meeting with people like that tonight. People that have at least $10 in their pocket because many of them are going to be buying dinner. So that would be, they're wealthier than 25% of those in the country?
If you have no debt.
Okay.
Or if your assets are greater than what you owe. But if you have $10 in your pocket and you don't have any debt, you are richer than 25% of Americans. Because 25% of Americans have a 0 or less net worth.
Can you say that one more time? 75%, did you say?
25% have 0 or less.
Yeah, and 75%?
Well, I don't have a breakdown on that. But again, if you have $10, you're in the top 75%.
Wow.
If you have $1, you're in the top 75%.
Okay. We've been, John, you and I have been talking for years about how bad it's getting. And you've just explained it.
We're here.
We're here.
And how long before that?
Oh, and John, I'm glad you mentioned that. If I could just take a 1 minute side trip. Class, I'm sure a lot of you are thinking about Christmas. Please don't buy anything that's not necessary for Christmas. Unless it's absolutely necessary, don't buy it. John Regan and I will be right back. And I was thinking, what is necessary? You might want to consider T-shirts, undergarments, socks. And when you buy socks, buy them all the same color. That way, if you lose one, it's still okay because you have others that are just like it. Buy them all the same, in the same color. We'll be right back.
So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today.
We've all heard the news stories. Another shooting. And they're getting worse. That's why Infidel Body Armor introduces Infidel Fridays. Exclusive 24-hour insider deals to save you money and possibly save your life. Make it a favorite when you log on to InfidelBodyArmor.com. Then be sure to visit each and every Infidel Friday to get special insider pricing, but for 24 hours only. That's InfidelBodyArmor.com. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.
At 30dayfoodsupply.com, two of our top priorities are providing quality food at a reasonable price and protecting your security. When you call 800-700-2184, we will never record your phone call and never ask for your personal information, like how much food you have stored or where you keep it. We'll also never store your credit card information and email address on a computer. Your email address will never be shared or sold. We'll never limit the number of boxes you can purchase. We'll never use outside packers or use relabeled food from another company. Our meals are naturally high in fiber, carbs, and protein, and everything is packed with oxygen absorbers and Mylar pouches under our direct supervision at our plant in Oregon. Oregon Trail Foods and 30dayfoodsupply.com keep prices low by buying directly from their producers in Oregon and then passing the savings on to you. Call 800-700-2184 and purchase our 30-day 90-serving emergency food supply for only $99, and $10 ships your entire order to the lower 48. Visit our website, 30dayfoodsupply.com, or call 800-700-2184. That's 30dayfoodsupply.com at 800-700-2184.
A revolution in body protection has arrived only at FortressSurvivalLLC.com. Introducing the revolutionary patented Level 3 Bulletproof Vest. 100% Kevlar, 100% American-made. Concealable, fully adjustable, and the lowest price on the market. Adult size normally $289.99, now just $250. Kid size normally $239.99, now just $200. Get affordable protection with a Level 3A Bulletproof Vest from FortressSurvivalLLC.com. For thou art my rock and my fortress. Psalm 31:3.
Are you still looking for that one iodine that you can really trust? A medical doctor endorsed product that is backed by honest research and true integrative science? Then search no further. Go to NutriMedical.com for Dr. Bill Deagle's Nutriodine, proven time and time again to be the very best iodine available for you. Nutriodine is the only Tesla-activated monatomic plasma iodine in the world. It optimizes mitochondrial function and generation of new mitochondria, from totally neutralizing the venom from a desert recluse spider bite in Southern California to eliminating malaria parasites reported by medical missionaries in central India. Dr. Bill's Nutriodine is simply the most powerful healing formula there is. Nutriodine clears the body of all known pathogens, restores it to an alkaline state, and even promotes stem cell regeneration. Order Dr. Bill's Nutriodine today at 888-212-8871 or visit us online at NutriMedical.com.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pileski of the Pileski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
You wouldn't go swim with the sharks without a cage, would you? Hey, has anyone seen Larry? It's in our nature to protect ourselves, especially when protection is simple and affordable. That's why IDStronghold.com has been providing affordable RFID protection for over 10 years. ID Stronghold wallets protect you from electronic pickpockets who pass near you with a scanner and steal your credit and debit card info, as well as data from other cards containing RFID chips. IDStronghold.com, the original maker of shielded wallets, is a technology company, so we understand how to best protect you against intrusive radio waves. ID Stronghold wallets are designed to block RFID signals, open or closed, no matter where in the wallet you put your cards. Most other RFID wallets on the market were designed with only fashion in mind and don't shield properly, if at all. If you're shopping for your next wallet, be sure to get the protection you deserve by going to idstronghold.com, because getting anything else is like being the next victim in a Jaws movie.
Hey guys, when you're in the market for a wife, I suggest you consider getting a low maintenance model. You know, I was thinking about that. Mrs. Finelli hasn't bought makeup since we've been married. Decades. And I don't think she owns a pair of high heels. So when you're shopping for those gifts that you're going to be buying, why don't you trade fashion for functionality? John Regan, back to you.
Okay, I'm starting in the employment section now. Army's cutting even more than what they said they were. Our military strength levels being brought down to basically they're going for pre-World War II levels. And unlike World War II, there's not going to be time to ramp up for the next event because where we were isolated by oceans in World War II, there's now the aircraft, missiles, and satellites. That means there's no time to draft people, train them, and build things for a war. You have to be ready. And the second one, we also have the Army borrowing helicopters from the UK to do exercises because we don't have enough in service. Drone workers, the city is testing drones to repair infrastructure. And it's kind of have to wonder, are they going to include, half a dozen supervisor drones for every 2 worker drones like we see today? Robo trucks. We have a mining company using robotic trucks in their operations. Cheaper workers. We've now apparently reached the tipping point where robots cost less than human workers. Good news, bad news, the top 10 jobs that attract the most psychopaths. The bad news is one of those is media. Spy tech, I want to apologize to Bob Hope. Tanks for the memories. Russia now has artificial intelligence enabled tanks that make decisions on their own without human intervention. That should, give you pause for consideration there. And on the Internet of Everything, they're creating Wi-Fi connected pavements, sidewalks. So not only are they going to know every step you take, you get to be bathed with Wi-Fi along the way. And if that's not enough to push your button on the control section, they're working on cap and trade for water at the residential level. And that includes people in the country. They will expect you to have a water meter on your well. In the Fukushima section, I've got the link for the radiation this week. Probably even more important than that is what happens near Vegas. We had a radiological explosion northwest of Vegas, and I understand it blew some drums over the fence. And we'll probably have to read about that fallout a little later even if they tell us about it, which they may not. Active sites. We talked about St. Louis, but that's not the only problem. There's a nice map in that article on active radioactive Superfund sites. A lot of this is in the Northeast. And the last one in Fukushima section is there radioactivity if the meter's off? The government's turning off their beta radiation detectors. I guess that way they don't have to tell us they found something. There's a nice article in the health section, Radiation Review. The first half talks about radiation. This might be something you want to talk with Dr. Richard Miller, where he can amplify on it. The second part talks about the health implications. You might want to talk to Dr. Norm Shealy, where he can amplify that section of it. Bigger picture. One of the things that came out of the Benghazi interviewing Hillary, the State Department's come out and said that email is a relatively new beast. I was using email in the corporate environment in the mid-'90s, basically 20 years ago. But to the State Department, it's new. We've talked about the TPP, and what was kind of surprising, here you have this Pacific trade agreement without China, which didn't make sense. But now that it's negotiated and Congress basically can only go up or down on it, now China's saying that they should join in on this. And the thing is, the way the thing's written, you don't even need Congress for that. They could modify it however they want as they go along. We've also got a new Muppet that's autistic, Sesame Street's rolling out, saying how amazing and awesome all these damaged children are. And, while yes, we need to care for our kids, we're looking very near just a few years in the future where they're expecting half of all children to be autistic. And why aren't people up in arms demanding to know why this is happening? And Natural News suggests that it's due to the increased vaccinations. And while there are some statistics that would suggest that, it's not proof. Unfortunately, we don't have transparency with the health industry. Coming to America, this is in the UK now, and it's how I've been able to tell a few years ahead of time, what we're going to see. When it gets to the UK, Australia, or Canada, you can pretty much expect to see it in the United States. The government is to take children away from their parents if they might become radicalized. And what they mean by radicalized, it's not what those of us that love freedom mean. It means if you're the wrong kind of Christian, that's not just one of these, lip service type churches. You can pretty much count on them trying to use that to take kids away. I also came across another government agency, BARDA, Biomedical Advanced Research and Development Authority. So you have DARPA, which does military type stuff. BARDA, I'm having a really hard time trying to get under the surface because everything on there is pretty much your basic propaganda advertisement. It doesn't get into what they're really doing, but it kind of looks like they're trying to figure out how to do mass vaccinations the easiest way possible, among other things. Finding other lies going on out there. We know about Volkswagen. Well, Walmart now must remove Made in USA logos from products that were made in places like China and Thailand. And lying in a vacuum, we now have Dyson saying that Germans cheated in vacuum tests too. They accused rivals Siemens and Bosch of using tricks to make their appliances appear greener. And this one button pushers. I made sure I put that at the bottom because I figured if I started off, we wouldn't get to anything else today. Cops are now using prepaid card readers to rob motorists on the side of the road. This gets back to the asset forfeiture laws that we're under, where if you have money, it's guilty and charged with a crime, and you have to prove that your money is innocent. Well, drug dealers are using these prepaid cards, so now cops are confiscating the value that's stored on those cards, and good luck on getting that back. Vincent?
You're talking about email. Back in 1984, I worked for a bank, and it was an IBM mainframe-powered bank. And we used a product called an IBM solution called TOSS, T-O-S-S, and it was Total Office Support System. So email goes way back, to 1984, easily commercially available, from IBM. So it's certainly not new. And John, when you were talking about the having $10 in your wallet and no debt, you're among the top 25% in terms of wealth in the United States. Further research shows that the top 1% now own 50% of the world's wealth. There's been a great transfer of wealth from what used to be the middle class, which is rapidly disappearing, to the super wealthy. And if I were them, I'd be pretty worried. I'd be pretty worried because when this all comes apart, where are they going to go? How are they going to hide? And they're going to feel that the vigilante justice from those who have been robbed, who have worked all their lives for what they've been able to save, which has been stolen from them. When we come back, I'll address a little bit more about what you said. Captain John Regan's with us, financialstateoftheunion.com. Meet up tonight, Jimmy's Egg, 4:45 to 8 p.m. Springfield, Missouri. Information's on the website. I'll be there. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
KDArmor.com is your one-stop shop for the most affordable body armor period, with packages starting at $169.99 and free shipping on every order. Why would you go anywhere else? KD offers soft armor and rifle threat rated armor up to level 4. Go to KDArmor.com and get your body armor today while you still can. Mention this ad and receive a free water purification kit for a limited time with any body armor package. Go to KDArmor.com. That's CATIarmor.com. Come and take it.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sam Nussbaum with the Anthem Foundation. Premature birth is the leading cause of death of babies and disabilities for children. That's why we support the March of Dimes to help mothers have full-term pregnancies and healthy babies. Join us in supporting cutting-edge research, treatment and outreach to help moms during their pregnancy and give every baby a healthy start in life. Learn how you can help at marchofdimes.org.
Earthquake, floods, winter storms, prolonged power outages, or war. Each of us have had that moment when we recognize that we need to be better prepared. We typically do the same thing. We start with food storage, then we address the need for water. But have you considered heat storage? I'm talking about staying warm in the cold. Here are some things for you to consider. How will I keep my family warm? The standard answers are firewood, coal, or propane, but the problem with that if you need to be on the move is you can't take it with you. Another concern, there may come a time when you need to stay warm without smoke, like in times of war. There may even come a time when you can't burn fuel. The answers may be simpler and less costly than you think. For these answers, go to fortressclothing.com. Again, fortressclothing.com has the answers to your heat storage dilemma. Don't get stuck in the cold. fortressclothing.com. You'll never be cold again.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't take on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
My name is Don Wiskin, and at 42 years old, I suffered a massive heart attack and was told I'd be on disability for the rest of my life. What did I do? I created Extendivite, a garlic and cayenne mix of 7 herbs which rebuilt my heart and gave me back my life. For over 17 years now, I have made this formula available to you so you don't have to suffer the same thing I did. Clean your blocked arteries and strengthen your heart and boost your natural immune system. I'm 60 years old now, and I still work every day. To get your Extendivite, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822, or visit heartdrop.com. Extendivite is only $69.95 for a 2-month supply of either capsules or liquid.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Attention USA Prepares listeners. When you're on the road or have limited data or Wi-Fi, now you can listen to USA Prepares unfiltered and untapped at no extra charge on this non-federal phone number, 1-605-477-3249. Try it now to listen to USA Prepares 24/7 at no extra cost or data charges. These are not on federal lines. These are lines located on Indian reservations off the grid. Call 1-605-477-3249. No smartphones or internet needed. To hear USA Prepares untapped and off the grid, just call 1-605-477-3249.
Captain John Regan's with us, thefinancialstateoftheunion.com, and please consider liking him on the website so that you can help him increase his likes on Facebook. John Regan, you were talking about claims, and you were talking about Walmart, and Walmart has to pull the Made in USA labels. We're talking fraud, aren't we?
I guess if you're the right people, nothing is a lie.
Yeah. So if a product is not made in the United States of America and it's labeled Made in the USA, that's fraud. It's deception at the least. And John, I have a compressor in our garage right here at the farmhouse, and it says proudly assembled in USA. Proudly assembled. Which means that, we've reached third world status in the compressor market where we have our low-paged guys putting 4 bolts on the bottom of the compressor, mounting it to the tank, and putting the belt on, the V-belt, and attaching a wire that has, or cable that has 3 wires in it, a neutral, hot, and a ground, and a piece of copper tubing. Maybe even putting it in the box. That's what we do here in the United States. So we don't make the compressor, we don't make the tank, but we say proudly assembled in the United States of America. So when I buy something, I look at the box. And if the box looks like it's a recycled box, it's been recycled many times, cheesy Chinese content, the box content, I know it's made in China, regardless of what the label says. So look at the box. Look if it's thin and flimsy. And if it is, it's probably a made someplace else product. You know that all the electronics are made someplace else. We've lost that. You know the cameras are made someplace else. So we've turned that all over. And we now clean each other's houses and flip each other's hamburgers. And we enter each other's information. What?
I do believe we're also number one in porn.
Wouldn't know. Okay. Well, we're falling down. The country's burning down. And who's to blame? That would be all of us. And if we're not standing up for what's wrong, we're part of the problem. So those people who tell me, oh, they're great cops. I know there are plenty of them. Well, I'm here to say, if they are not stopping the bad cops that they're working with, their peers, they are not good cops. They're not. And the politicians who allow the other politicians to be more corrupt than they are, they're criminals as well. So there's crime everywhere. And who's paying for it? Well, it would be the honest people. It will come crashing down. And John, I can't tell you how concerned I am, and I can't tell you how little desire I have to go into any city. I don't want to travel. I don't want to leave the farm. I just want to stay home.
I understand. Can I cover one thing real quick here on that Las Vegas radiological event?
That's important.
If you click into that article, it looks like they took a 10-second video clip, made a GIF that repeats showing the explosion and the smoke coming out. This was about 100 miles away from Vegas. Now, if water's gotten into that radiation in St. Louis, which you believe it has, and has separated into hydrogen and oxygen, when that fire hits, this is what we can possibly see in St. Louis, roughly 1.5 miles away from the runway at Lambert Field.
Okay, John, you're talking about tell us about which link you're talking about on thefinancialstateoftheunion.com.
That's on the Fukushima, what happens near Vegas.
Okay. John Regan's website, thefinancialstateoftheunion.com. Click on the news tab. Go down to the Fukushima section, and it's titled What Happens Near Vegas. And it says a nuclear fire erupts at a radioactive facility near a major U.S. city. And the residents want to know why they were flat out lied to. Above all, honesty and integrity. What happens next is up to you. Thank you so much, John Regan. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Did you know that drinking pure, high alkaline water is one of the most important factors in maintaining high energy and vibrant health? Most experts agree that the water you drink should be at a pH level of 8 or higher. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops, available only at alkavision.com, combine a unique formula of only the most alkaline minerals. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops alkalize your water, ridding the body of harmful toxins, and helps you regain health and energy. Alkalizing your water by simply adding 10 drops of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops helps the body rid itself of acidic waste, increases oxygen content, and raises the pH of your body to healthy levels. And bacteria and viruses cannot survive in an alkaline high pH environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops for only $29.95 at alkavision.com. That's ALKAvision.com. Or call 269-409-1776. 269-409-1776. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com.